Hey, I'm Lauren Gordon. I'm a mother, online business owner, world traveler, contributor to some of the world's largest publications, and a business mentor for entrepreneurs that have stories to tell. Stick around if you want to learn how to create life on your own terms by building an online business and sharing your stories with the world.
Hey guys, okay, let's talk today about 3 things that I believe are very clearly missing in the coaching industry, in this industry where people are, popping up left and right, sharing their advice with the world, getting paid for their advice, getting paid for their knowledge. I am a huge believer in the coaching industry. I do think it is one of the it is one of the fastest growing industries in the world right now, especially for women, especially for anyone who knows that they are an expert in something and they want to make both a massive impact and a massive income. I wholeheartedly love the coaching industry. I work with primarily coaches. I have for the past 3 years. I believe in it. I've seen really good-hearted people create these coaching careers where they're just creating this ripple effect. Their clients are getting results and their clients are having transformations, and then those clients are, making the people's lives around them better. And it's just this beautiful big ripple effect. Now, with that said, I do believe there are 3 really important things that we need to discuss that are missing in the industry. So I'm just going to dive straight in. Okay. Number 1, vulnerability. Now, what I mean by this is a little bit different. You might have heard that you've got to be vulnerable online. You've got to show people, that you are real, and you've got to show people, how you're vulnerable, and you've got to talk about the sad things, and you've got to talk about, your losses. And you might have kind of heard people talk about vulnerability at a very surface level. Okay. The way I see it and why I believe this is missing is I don't think coaches understand the correct way to use vulnerability in their marketing, in their online presence, in the way that they show up. To me, vulnerability is not throwing out all of your trash. It's not throwing out all of your garbage out online just for the sake of trying to be quote unquote vulnerable. Using vulnerability in your brand, in your presence, is about showing your ideal clients, showing your target market, showing the people that you want to attract into your world that there are certain things in your life right now that are not going right. Okay, now hang on. Before I go forward, I know that there's a lot of people that are totally not going to agree with me on this. I believe that if you want to really be seen as somebody who is not only a leader, not only trustworthy, but somebody who actually can relate to your ideal people on a personal level, you've got to show up and you've got to show them like, hey, just because I have success within my marriage, or just because I have success within my business, or just because I have success within whatever it is that you teach people to do, whatever you coach people on, success within, show up. And this doesn't have to be every day. It doesn't have to be even every week. This could be, just sprinkled throughout your content, sprinkled throughout your online presence. You've got to show people that there are other parts of your life that are, quite frankly, a hot mess. Like I talk about, for me, what that means for me right now, to give you an example, is I talk all the time, whether it's on live streams or in emails or audio clips like this. Like I'm always talking about how much of a hot mess my life is with 2 children under 2 years old. Because it is. It's a hot mess. And I have mornings and moments throughout my days that are just crazy and a disaster, and my house is a wreck, and, my kitchen's never clean, and I mean, so there's stuff in my life that, even though I have a business that does very well, and I have things, my professional life that have gone really well, there's still components of my life that make me very, very human. And for me, what that primarily is right now is I just have really young kids, and it's a very hectic, chaotic, beautiful, home life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not afraid to show up and say that. I would never paint my entire picture, or my entire life as this picture perfect posed thing, because it's not. And I know that my ideal clients can see me in this way and see me as, yes, a professional businesswoman who's successful and had success in business and blah, 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 but also, oh, she's a mom and she's a hot mess and, she also hasn't washed her hair in 3 days and, whatever. Like, people see me as human because I believe that vulnerability truly is showing your audience or showing your ideal clients that you have things right now in your life that are not perfect, that are far from perfect. I don't think vulnerability is just sharing things that weren't good in the past. Like a lot of people, people will tell you to be vulnerable by telling people about, your past and how things didn't used to work in your marriage or didn't used to work in your business and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I have found, the true kind of vulnerability that really connects deeply at a human level with the right clients and attracts people to you and builds that really beautiful, incredible community of customers and clients and followers is when you can be real in the moment. And you can wake up and you can get on a live and you can say, hey guys, I was planning to, wash my hair, but it's been another 5 days, but here I am and I want to talk about this. Like, show people right now in the moment, let people in, let your audience in to your life in a way that shows them that there's things right now that aren't perfect. Cause do you know how relatable that is? Do you know how human that is? Like, people want to know, this is going to sound crazy. This is going to sound weird, but it makes people feel good to be reminded that even people who have their shit together in one area of their life absolutely do not have their shit together in other areas of their life. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's why, again, I would never show up and be like, oh yeah, business is perfect and so am I as a parent. I figured it out. I'm this incredible parent. My house is always clean. There's never, my floor is never sticky with apple juice. Like, I would never say those things because it's not true. It's not true. I'm still learning how to parent. I'm 2.5 years in. I'm still learning how to mom. It's a hot mess, roller coaster, beautiful ride, but it's not perfect. That's one area definitely for me that feels just not perfect at all. And it's a work in progress. And I share that right now, though, in the moment. Like, I don't wait, till my kids are 10, 12, 15 years old to go, oh yeah, there was a time in my life where, I was figuring out how to, be a parent. Like, I share it now because I know my audience can see me as a human being. Right? And I never want my audience or my ideal clients to see me as like Lauren, the successful business owner, plus perfect parent, plus has a beautiful clean house all the time, and this and this and this, like, cause it's not true. So I just urge you guys and everybody in the coaching industry, if you're a coach or a consultant or a mentor, show people the parts in your life that are not perfect. Okay? That are not perfect. So, and I'm sure when we all have multiple, that's the thing. So that's the first one. Okay. This is getting kind of long, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. So second thing that I believe is missing the coaching industry is honesty. Now, before I dive deeper on this, it's actually a specific type of honesty, okay? I think what's missing is honesty with clients. Now, what I mean by this is there is this idea that you as a coach or you as a consultant or a mentor have to make sure that your clients love you at all times, and you have to treat them like somebody who, like you have to make sure that they always like you. Okay? And like that's part of your job, and you have to make sure that they feel, that they like you. And I couldn't disagree with that more. And here's why. When somebody comes into my world, whether it's one-to-one private coaching or my group program or a mastermind or inner circle or anything, every time somebody has, or even a course, whatever, every time somebody's come into my world, a customer or a client, I have never once thought that I need to bite my tongue and be careful with what I say to them just so that they always like me while they're going throughout their journey or they're taking the steps they need to get the results. I look at it completely differently, where I feel like my job is to be so radically honest with them so that they get told the truth of what they need to hear so that they get the results they're here to get. right? So there's been so many instances, so many conversations with clients, one-to-one calls, group calls, where like a client will ask a question. I could very easily give them a blanket answer, or I could very easily, just think about my words carefully that I'm going to say, and I could, really beat around the bush, or I could even just water down my response to them out of fear that they might not like what I have to say. But I don't do that, and I never have done that, because every time I've gotten incredible results or had transformations or made shifts when working with coaches has always been when my coaches are real with me. And they, in a moment, there might have been times where I'm like, oh man, that's a tough thing to hear. Of course there's moments like that, but I look back and I'm so grateful for those coaches, for those mentors who are real with me. Cause I don't, when I pay somebody, when I join something, when I hire somebody, I don't hire them or hire them as my coach or join their program to get talked to like somebody who can't take the truth. I hire them because I want them to be real with me. I want to hear what I need to hear. I want to get the results. So the way I look at my relationships with my clients, and this is something I was actually asked by a friend recently, so I'll have to dive deeper on this, but my relationship with my clients is, I love you so much that I am going to be real with you 100% of the time because I want you to get results. Period. End of story. And by approaching my clients and my client relationships this way, I'm always aware that there might be moments where they don't like the answer that I give them because it makes them feel stretched, or maybe it really expands them into a new uncomfortable level, or it makes them kind of face a question that they had never been asked before. I don't avoid those moments. I don't try to eliminate those moments. I step into them. I create those moments for my clients because I know that's when the results happen. That's when the shifts happen. That's when the transformations happen. That's when people change their life, is when they are told the truth and they're not babied or coddled, right? You can tell the difference. If you've been in programs or you've hired multiple coaches like me or mentors, et cetera, you've probably seen the different coaching styles where coaches really will just water down their responses and just make sure their clients are I don't know. I don't resonate with any of that. I love my clients and my customers too much to not tell them the truth every time they ask me a question or every time a topic comes up that they need help with. I am as real as I possibly can be with them so that they can get the best results. Right? Okay. Now, last thing that I believe is missing in the coaching industry is patience. Okay. Now, to wrap this up, what I mean is that I see people getting into the coaching industry. I work with a pretty good range of coaches and consultants. So some, beginners, but a lot of the people that come to me, they already have their offer. They've already been trying to market. They've already been posting. They've already been on social media. They've already been showing up. So they're already on their way, or they're already trying. But there's still this common denominator that I'm seeing in the coaching industry where people are being sold this dream of, just build one funnel and, have your 7-figure business in a year, or, here's, 100K or 90 days to 100K, right? I love those. 90 days to 100K, or, 6 months to your first 7 figures. I've seen it all, and I'm sure you have too. I think the problem with this is that people get into the coaching industry, or they're even a year in, right? Or even 6 months in, and they're getting discouraged so damn fast, so fast. And I look at these newer coaches or coaches that have been in the game for a while and things aren't working as quickly as they'd like. And they either get so discouraged that they completely stop, or they get so discouraged that they just start doubting themselves like crazy. And they look at their offer and they go, oh, my offer is wrong. My ideal client is wrong. I need to change this. I need to change this. I need to change this. Oh my gosh, exhausting. So from my perspective, how my kind of journey went was, yes, I did have quick growth in terms of like financial growth. So I kind of have the picture perfect story, I guess, where I did go 0 to $150,000 my first full-time year as a coach, which I know is incredible, and I'm grateful. But also, there was groundwork to be done before that. And what that looked like was building an audience, providing a ton of content. I did live streams every single day. I tell my clients and customers this. I did live streams every single day for my first year. Did that take up a lot of time? No. I literally went live for like 15, 20 minutes every day. Done. And I built this incredible, beautiful, engaged audience that all converted into customers and clients. But I was patient while doing it because I just knew in my heart it would pay off. And I had decided it was going to work. Like, I decided that failure wasn't an option. So I was okay with it taking a while. I didn't know I'd make $150,000 my first year full time doing it. I didn't know, but I just knew in my heart it was going to work. So I just think if you know that you're meant to do this, you know that you're meant to coach people, you're meant to help people, you're meant to guide people, mentor people, help people through painful problems and situations, and you've decided you're going to build a business out of it, give yourself grace and please put on goggles that allow you to stay in your own lane and, my gosh, get tunnel vision. Like, that's honestly, I can't even, looking back to my first year, like, I can't even recall a time where I got, obsessed with looking around at other people, or like, I just didn't do that. I was so focused on me and what I was doing, what I was building, what I wanted. Like, I wasn't looking around at other people. And I know that people do, I see coaches do that now, even more so nowadays. And I lovingly say to you, please, please, please give yourself grace. Understand that you are where you're supposed to be. It doesn't matter what the speed at which I grew or anybody else. Like, it does not matter as long as you know in your heart that it is going to work and you've decided it's going to work. Like, how it looked like for me, I didn't have a plan B. I did not have a plan B. I was pregnant. I had found out I was pregnant with my first daughter. And I had no option. I had no other option other than to make it work. I had decided this is going to work. And I found out I was pregnant, January 2018. I had gone into my first full year of coaching, December, I would say, I think it was November 2017. That was kind of when I dropped my other freelance work and I went full time into coaching and I said, this is going to work. 2 months later, found out I was pregnant. Then my world was flipped upside down and I was like, okay, this is working. I'm not doing anything else. I'm deciding this is going to work. And it did. End of that year, had my daughter, crossed 6 figures in the first 8 months, end of the year at $150,000. And like, that was all great and fine. But looking back, the only reason why it happened was because I did not have a plan B or C or D or E. I didn't let it be an option. Like, people, entrepreneurs will sometimes go into something with the plan B or with the plan C or D or E. I didn't give myself any of that because I didn't want to give myself that. I decided the coaching was going to work. I decided my coaching business was going to work. And with that belief, that's what carried me through the day to day of showing up, posting, having things not go the way I wanted it to, having great months, having slow months, having whatever. Like, that's what got me through all of it. And it's still what gets me through today. Here's the beautiful thing. There's always another level. It doesn't stop, right? If you're an ambitious entrepreneur like me, like, it never stops. So what keeps me going is just, it's enjoying the journey. It's being patient and being grateful for what I have accomplished up until this point. Making sure that I see things clearly in the sense that I've accomplished so much right now. Yes, I'm only getting started, but I've accomplished so much already. And I'm super grateful for that. I'm grateful for what's to come. I am on the path that I'm supposed to be on. My journey and my speed at which I reach my success is mine and only mine. And I don't look outside of my tunnel. I don't look at what other people are doing. I don't care. Like, I just don't care. Like, do I cheer other people on and my friends, et cetera, et cetera? Yeah, absolutely. But I don't let it mean anything about me and my journey and my path and where I'm going. Because I know I will get there in the end. That's the thing. I have this belief. I know I'm getting there in the end. I don't care how long it takes me. Would it be fantastic to wake up overnight with $20 million in your bank account? Yeah, that'd be fantastic. But number one, it would not be as fulfilling because you didn't work for it. You know what I mean? So I could go a million places with that. But my point is the three things I think that are missing in the coaching industry is number one, vulnerability, two, honesty with clients, and three, patience. So that's what I have for you today. I hope this served you well. I hope you maybe resonated with a few of these things. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, as always. I love you. I hope it served you well. As a reminder, there should be a link around here somewhere. The way to work with me now is through our Stories That Sell program, which is where I show you how to attract more coaching clients, more consulting, mentoring clients to your business by using storytelling, which is the number one most powerful, incredible tool that you can have as a coach in this day and age. So if you want to learn how you can find, attract, convert high ticket, high paying coaching clients for your business, this is where we do that. Weekly calls. It's super high touch. This is not a DIY thing. This is super high touch, high level coaching with me. So if you want more info on that, you can either DM me on Facebook, you can DM me on Instagram at Lauren Gordon Official, or you can click the link. If you already know that you resonate with my energy, you want more of my help in growing your coaching business, you can click the link included in this video to get all the details and to apply for the program and see if it is a fit. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you very soon.
Hey, Lauren Gordon here. If you enjoyed this, be sure to visit artofsocialstorytelling.com. Find me on Facebook at Lauren Gordon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel or find me over on Instagram at Lauren Gordon Official for more free resources and content on how to grow your online business through storytelling.